It is undisputed that during the ongoing pandemic, India's well-being is extremely important to the world. After all, many countries are counting on India to provide them with the vaccines and medicines that they so desperately need. And India's ongoing surge in COVID-19 positive cases and its oxygen crisis are causing a lot of concern globally. But why is China so interested in offering help to India? Let's see what the Chinese media has to say about this. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Wang Wenbin, mentioned that the epidemic situation in India is severe and that China is ready to provide necessary support and assistance to India. But why is it that the Chinese offer of help or assistance causes more discomfort than happiness for many? Well, we shouldn't forget that in February of last year, when China was facing the pandemic-induced difficulties, as a goodwill gesture, the government of India had sent medical supplies and emergency medical equipment to China. A few weeks later, when India was facing the pandemic-induced crisis, it also received supplies from Jack Ma and Alibaba Foundations, a story that was shared on Twitter by the Chinese ambassador to India, Sun Weidong. But China's so-called help was soon followed by a military aggression in Ladakh, which in India was seen as something very deceptive and distrustful by many. Though India has continued to pay the Chinese to procure various products that it requires due to past experiences, it is understandable that many in India get a bit uncomfortable or are alerted when China uses words like assistance or help. The deceptive Chinese attitude, which looks to cooperate with and confront India almost simultaneously, can also be observed in the way the Chinese state-run media outlet publishes stories that talk about helping or partnering with India. And on the other hand, almost parallelly, the same media outlet also publishes articles which seem to defame India and hurts India's interests. Anyway, to address the oxygen deficit, the government of India has taken some urgent steps, which also include procuring oxygen generation plants from Germany. However, it remains questionable why so late in the pandemic, India was caught unprepared when almost 2 months ago, even the WHO had raised concern regarding oxygen supply during the pandemic and had launched a COVID-19 Oxygen Emergency Task Force. It is true that eventually India is likely to overcome these difficulties, but since a large population of the world depends on India's pharmaceutical industry for various vaccines and medicines, the current problems that India is facing is creating a sort of global panic. Once again, it's time for India to rise to the occasion. Globally, millions of lives depend on India, and India needs to bounce back from this as quickly as possible. See you again.